So I wanted to take you through this really cool tutorial today of me tinting my girlfriend Amy's brows. Actually, she mentioned to me that she's never had thick brows before, so we're gonna do a little bit of a transformation and tint her brows and fill them in and make them a little bit thicker and turn them into what I like to call Sophia brows. Let's go. So Amy's brows are on the thin side and there's some scarring. So we're going to tint it and actually also fill it in with a pencil to achieve that really thick look. Amy actually came in for a Brazilian, so we did that first. And now that I'm going to tint her lashes, I see that they're a little bit untamed. So I'm quickly just going to clean them up. I'm going to trim them and then just do a little bit of waxing on top and on the bottom just to get them kind of clean and ready for the tint. Using a mascara wand, I brush all the hair upward and just trim the extra hairs, and I'm going to go through both brows doing the same thing and then combing the hair downwards and trimming all the extra hair. I prep the eyebrow by spraying with a little bit of alcohol and putting some baby powder down. It helps the wax stick to the hair as opposed to the skin. And I'm just going to lightly clean up underneath and in between her brows. Once I'm done waxing, I just give them a quick comb and get them ready to apply the tint. I keep all my products in just this little acrylic box, the bowl, the dye, and the developer all together. I use Refectosil cream hair dye. It's pretty fast acting, takes 5 to 10 minutes to set. For Amy, I'm going to be using the natural brown. All you have to do is mix the dye with a developer in a little bowl and then you apply it. Super easy. This is the Refectosil Oxidant Liquid. It is a developer liquid that you mix with the dye. The ratio is 1:1 liquid to dye, and you just mix it up until you get kind of a paste, and then you can apply it to the brow. I'm a big fan of this brand. I learned it when I was doing my apprenticeship, learning aesthetics, and it was always reliable, really consistent. The product lasts a long time. A little bit goes a long way, so it's a good investment and it's super easy to use. This is a professional grade hair cream dye that I like to use. It's been really effective for me. They have a huge array of shades, 20 plus shades from red to purple to blue, and you can mix and you can get your perfect shade. On hand, I just have a light brown, a natural brown, and a black because it's the most common, and I usually can mix those up to create what I need. So we're gonna mix up some brown and apply it. The ratio for the hair cream dye and the developer is 1:1. So we're gonna do the same amount dye, same amount developer, and mix it up. I like to use these little lip gloss applicators to kind of mix it up. Once you mix up the dye and the developer, you're ready to go. So just apply the tint to the brow and then you let it set for 5 minutes. glob it on there and then clean it up with a Q-tip. The tint will stain the skin, only for about 24 hours. Once you take a shower, the tint will go away from the skin around the brow, but it's nice to let people leave with a clean face. Anyone who's had their hair dyed has left with maybe a little bit of hair dye around their scalp. It's the same concept. I think it's a polite and nice thing to do, especially for, you know, someone who's paying for a service, to not leave with dye on their face. Once you've applied the dye, you can kind of clean it up with a Q-tip. I will sometimes spray a toner onto a Q-tip and clean it up that way, because the toner seems to really kind of pick up the dye from the skin as opposed to just a dry cotton swab. If I take any tint off of an area that I want to dye, I will reapply the dye again after my cleanup and just kind of keep applying and cleaning up as needed. So once the dye is on there, you just let it sit for 10 minutes. It says 5 to 10 minutes. I like to wait the 10. Obviously, once you start applying the dye, the time starts. So 7-ish minutes can go by and then you can wipe it off. Once the dye is set, I get a cotton ball and I just get it wet and wipe off the dye. Once I wipe off a majority of the dye with a cotton ball, I will put some toner on another cotton ball and really kind of get the excess dye off. Here's the finished look after the tint. Here's a reminder of what they looked like before. The tint not only dyes them, but it also fills in some of the gaps. We're pretty much done. However, I really like a full brow look. And Amy mentioned to me that she's never had a thick brow. So we're gonna fill in with a pencil to kind of give it this really thick look. I think you can see in her brow, she's got some scarring. And we're gonna fill those kind of bald spots in with a pencil, kind of bulk up the brow a little bit. I like to use this Brow Gal eyebrow pencil. It was something that I acquired when I lived in Los Angeles. It's by a woman named Tanya Crooks, and it is the creamiest, best eye pencil. I'm using the medium brown shade, which is shade number 4, and I know that they sell this pencil on Amazon, so you can definitely overnight it to yourself. It comes with a cap that has a sharpener built in, so it's always sharp and just the best pencil. Once I'm done filling in the brow, I'll just take a Q-tip and just kind of clean up my lines a little bit just so that they're as symmetrical as possible. And there you have it. Voila! Super easy, the whole process. I think as we waxed her brows, it maybe took 20 minutes, probably less. It's really easy to do to yourself. And remember, with these products, a little bit goes a long way. Always start with a little bit of dye and a little bit of developer, and you can always mix more. You know, you can't put it back in the tube once you've mixed it up. So just use it sparingly, and it should last, you know, a really long time. The tint itself will last 3 to 4 weeks. The benefit of getting a brow tint is that when you don't want to wear makeup, you've got these full looking brows, or if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, your brows are already done. It's a luxury to have tinted brows, you know, you're ready to go and your brows are looking full and beautiful. I highly recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little demonstration. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. If you'd like to see other of the services that I do, please tell me what they are. I'm happy to do a step-by-step or just a time lapse of me doing it if you're curious to see how that service is. And if you like, please subscribe, and I will be back very soon. I'm going to do a couple of how-to videos coming up. I'm going to do my hour-long facial, and I will be doing eyelash extensions. So stay tuned. See you next time.